man. Look, does she
Dude,
make good music?
go
No.
check out her last concerts. My
Look,
word,
I
it
go
is
back with her.
embarrassing.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Hey, you can have your fans and your likes, and I can have mine that you don't like. But yo, you cannot doubt her performances and the things she's been doing on stage lately. They're just
Katy Perry? Because she
the
was
one
the
that
good
went
girl for the longest time.
the astronaut.
Yeah, no, she said she was an astronaut because she sat in the
I'm just
capsule
saying,
that they
Katy
shot way
Perry.
up and
That's
then
the
just dropped
astronaut.
down.
That's the astronaut.
I feel bad for you. Like, she's not selling tickets anymore after that stunt she did.
No, no,
So,
no. But actually, her actions on stage, I would be embarrassed if I paid for that. I
fair
mean,
enough.
I've watched 3 of her concerts since the landing of the Origin.
Right.
I've been flabbergasted.
Well, I mean, clearly you're a bigger fan than me. I don't like sit around and watch her full concerts, especially not 3 of them in the past 30 days.
I
But
want
good
to
for you,
compare
Vern.
them. I want to compare them and see if this
Yeah.
is like just a one night concert anomaly, or if this is like who this person is turning out to be.
We got we got to get you a hobby.
She's a high. Hey, I watch all kinds of stuff. I
I,
mean,
I'm kidding, bro. Come on,
research,
it's me.
research. And
It's
ever
me.
since she went to space, I've been interested in like, what the fuck are you doing? What exactly are you doing? You sing songs, you dance with your boobies. I mean, that on stage, that's what you do. What are you doing? Trying to be political
Well,
and,
not to get too deep
and
into the
astronomical.
not to get too deep into that conspiracy, but just so you know, okay. During the election, she came out and was saying some pretty based stuff, right? Like, we have too many illegal immigrants here. I see it causing suffering in America. I forgot, but she came out and she didn't like endorse Trump or anything, but she came out with some anti woke based opinions, right? Couple of them. Then boom, she disappears. Then she comes back and she's pro Democrat again. And then she's, you know what I mean, flying in an astronaut and getting all the Jeff Bezos love and hanging out with Kamala Harris. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
that's what I'm
You
saying.
know
That's why
exactly
I'm
what
paying
happened.
attention to things.
Yeah, man. Well,
It's
yeah,
more than her dancing
yeah.
and stuff. It's
Somebody
all
was
this
like,
other around it.
it was like, get her a check, make the call, get her a check. We need her back on our side. It's that simple. And you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, guess what? Because all of these people are for sale. Your favorite, most integral person that you watch and pay attention to on Twitter, the internet, is for sale, bro. Don't
No
believe that.
gravity. No gravity. Oh. I'm holding a daisy, camera daisy. There's been a lot of weird stuff going on in the world the last few months, all over the world, not just here, all over the world.
I can't get my hat right today. Yeah.
Weird stuff, just oddball stuff.
What do you think about the new Pope?
USA, USA, USA. I don't know. I don't know the motherfucker.
Well, all I'm saying is bet on Chicago. Bet on Chicago. The Sox, the Bulls, and the Blackhawks, baby. You know what I'm saying?
They're blessed
all day,
now.
every day.
They're blessed now.
Yeah, because he said he was a Sox fan more than a Cubbies fan.
Gross.
So bet on this. Look, man, say what you want, but when God Himself is helping the team, they're probably going to take some dubs. All right, they're going to take some dubs away. All right, so
yeah, I bet. But is it God?
Can I just make my jokes?
No. You can. You can.
Joke.
But I'm gonna come back
at
you with some philosophical.
It was a
shit.
joke. Just
like
joke,
that's a lead in. That's a joke that leads in,
bro. If you remember, one of the first things I sent you was that advice for young and old alike, and there's a line in that song or poem, if you will, that was put to music that says, "When you're doing business with a religious son of a bitch, get it in writing." Because there's no way you'll come out ahead with the good Lord telling him how to fuck you over on the deal.
Oh, I got a joke in there that's just so sharp and edgy, but I don't want to do it. Because you
And I'm a
said,
Christian. I believe in God and love
I
God.
know,
But
but
you
you
know
said
what? It's the
religious.
people
You
that
said
lead with that I
religious.
don't trust. I don't trust you if you have to lead with I'm a Christian.
No, no,
Either
no.
I will see it
No.
in you or I will not. But if you
Yeah.
have to lead with it, if you have to let me know that you are a sanctified special person and you have to lead with that, and you can't be a human, compassionate, living, breathing, being a normal dude who, when we get into it, I'm like, oh man, the reason that you have a little bit of a light, or maybe the reason that you seem to have an understanding is because you have a spiritual path and a walk with who you perceive to be your creator, right?
Mhm.
And okay, and this book, it's not the Quran for you. It's not the Torah for ya. It's not the Dhammapada. It's not the Bhagavad Gita. It's the Bible. Oh, cool. Okay. And you believe that everybody should be allowed to do their own thing with that. And you don't hate the Torah. You don't hate the, Dhammapada. But for you, it's the Bible and it makes sense. And it's really helped you in your life. And if you spend 10 minutes with me, you
You
can
will. Yeah.
explain to me how using this book and the people that follow this book have been there for you and helped you and prayed with you and helped you on a path that's made you a better person. Okay, cool. And you know that path isn't for everyone. And you know there are great paths for others that are different, but this is your path and it's called Christianity. Well, that rocks. Okay, good for you. That's a better human being creating a better community, which ultimately leads to a better world. And this is the way you did it. And honestly, I couldn't be the Christian I am without Buddhism. Without what I learned in Buddhism, the
Ooh, that's
psychology, the meditation, the understanding of the world around me.
introspect.
Christianity, it's all in the Bible too, but most Christians don't understand it because they've been taught any other teaching is bad. Whereas Buddhism is so much more of a philosophy and a psychology than it is a typical or classical religion, that when you can
There's
apply those things to your life
You can
all the
apply
time.
Buddhism. You can apply
Yes, yes.
Buddhism. It's hard to do that, to apply the Bible.
Right, right, right.
Hard to apply the Bible, easy to apply Buddhism.
What, and not okay. So I have the book over there, but there's a great book called "Living Buddha, Living Christ" by Thich Nhat Hanh. Now, a lot of my hardcore Christian brothers and sisters will call me a heretic for even mentioning the book. But the whole book is an idea of if Jesus and Buddha met and they walked together and discussed philosophies. And the crazy part about it is it's pretty much the same philosophy. Love your neighbor as yourself. Put the teachings of God, your relationship with being the best you can be above everything else. And then the very next thing that means, and that doesn't mean I'm great, it means admitting that you are so far away that you need dependence on a higher power and you need to
To
pray and you
get
need
you.
to stay in check and humble and thankful that you are blessed and grateful, right? So, and I'm not saying this for everyone, I'm just explaining to you.
Yeah, that's what that
Be
book.
in tune
That
with a
period. Yeah.
higher spiritual connection. Always make that the number one thing. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, body, and soul. Connect to, the higher spiritual thing. And then the very second one, and then love thy neighbor as thyself. Right? In the Bible,
Yep.
Jesus says clearly the second and most command. And then he goes on
Let's
to
break
say,
that down. Let's break that down. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Simply be kind.
well,
That's
it's
what
even deeper than that. Love thy neighbor as thyself means if we're both cold, I give you my coat. If we're both hungry and there's one bite of food left, I give it to you because I
that's
love
being
you as
kind.
much as I love myself.
That's being
Like
kind.
your health and well-being is as important to me as my own. And when push comes to shove, I sacrifice my own health and well-being for yours because I am voluntarily giving you that. Of course, I love myself. It's human nature. You know what I mean? If I'm cold, I'm going to find warmth. If it's raining on me, I'm going to find dry. If I'm hungry, I'm going to try to find food. If I'm thirsty, I'm going to try to find water. I'm a human being. It is human nature to love myself in those ways. Take care of myself, not the emotional love, not the health. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Love thy neighbor as thyself means to me. And then Jesus broke it down a little bit more. And if your neighbor is hungry, give him food. If he's cold, give him your cloak. Love your neighbor as yourself means voluntarily putting the other person before yourself, which Buddhism also teaches.
Yes. But
Clear.
that's a part of. But they don't teach it as love.
They don't use the word love.
No,
correct.
that's like it's like a kindness. It's a light. It's something that you give, and that's what I'm saying is that on that side that's what that is. Because
Yeah.
I don't believe in love. I think I've told you that I don't believe in love. I don't really, and you corrected me. You corrected me on your side. Remember, that was a great conversation. We had like 4 hours that day on the phone, and but you were like, no, there is, there truly is, and I'm like, no, there's not. You know, I mean, that's just where, and those are things we differ on.
You're saying there is not love in this world.
No, that word should not exist.
Okay.
I think kindness, being charitable, I think those are real words. Those are tangible words. I don't think love is tangible.
Okay. I'm trying to decide where to start here. Let me start
You can go. I froze. You can go.
I know. Okay, so first of all,
Oh,
do you mean definable? Do you mean definable? Because kindness is not. When I hear the word tangible, I think material, right? Like this keychain is tangible because I can touch it and feel it. It's not an idea, right? Like
okay,
oxygen is real, but it's not tangible, right? I can't hold oxygen, but it is very real. I can't see oxygen, but clearly if we have it all around me, we wouldn't be talking, right? So it's real, but it's not tangible, right?
But what year do we live in?
Huh?
What year do we live in?
25. I mean, 25.
Okay.
According to the Gregorian calendar, but that's
go with me here. Yeah, it could be like 300 years.
I just wonder where you're going because you say what year do we live in, and I'm like, is he asking like 2025, or is he asking me if I understand that it's probably inaccurate and I don't really?
No. I'm not going that deep on that one. Just it's just we're in 2025, right?
As far as we know, yes.
There's no meaning behind it. The word love has been watered down to nothing.
Abused, yes.
Nothing.
I agree.
Nothing. So it can't be. It can't be. There can't be love when it gets that watered down in 2025. Now there can be love, I believe.
Like keep talking. I'm listening. I'm just going to stop.
I think there can be love between like two people, or and they can be love for a time. Love for a time. But there's no such thing as everlasting love. That does not exist. And the divorce rates that we have in this in the last 20 years. I mean,
okay, fair.
But I come from a different life. You know, where I've witnessed it. Where I've seen 5 divorces. I've seen 3 divorces of my own parents and remarriages. I mean, love is just, it's an L, it's an O, it's a V, it's an E. Kindness is pure. Kindness lasts. If you're a kind person, you're kind to everyone.
I agree. Now, here is my,
you go.
Hang in there with me because it's a little long. That's why it's a big deal. Here is my core definition of love as printed a couple thousand years ago.
Okay.
If I speak human or angelic tongues, do not have love, I am a noising gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and understand all mysteries and all knowledge and have all faith so that I can move mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. And if I give away all my possessions, and if I give over my body in order to boast, but do not have love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not arrogant. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not irritable and does not keep a record of wrongs. Love finds no joy in unrighteousness, but rejoices with the truth. It bears all things. It believes all things. It hopes all things and endures all things. Love never ends. But as for prophecies, they will come to an end. For tongues, they will cease. As for knowledge, it will come to an end. For we know in part, so we prophesy in part. But when the perfect comes, the partial will come to an end. When I was a child, I spoke like a child. I thought like a child, and I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put childish things aside. For now we see only a reflection as in a mirror, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then I will know fully, as I am fully known. Now these three remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love.
Okay.
That's my definition of love. Now, anything that is not that is simply abusing the word love.
Okay. Go back to the beginning of the listings of what that was in the middle of what you just read.
Okay. Which part?
The middle part. You read through a little bit, and then
I
it
read
had
through
like,
it's the whole chapter of First
and then
Corinthians.
it had like a,
Which I
and
have
then it had
just tell me what you want to reference. I have it all.
the love
It's not
is
as
what?
good.
Go
Love
go.
is patient. Love is kind. It does not
Oh,
boast.
stop. Love is no,
Patient.
but it goes back to the beginning before all that. It goes back to before.
If I speak in tongues of man and angels, but have not love, I am yet a clanging cymbal or a banging gong.
No, I'm not worried about that.
If I donate my body as if to boast, but have not love, I have gained nothing. Once again, I have this memorized. So what do you want? Tell me.
Where it says we're stood up higher up, like the very second.
What do you
thing
want to say?
Love
Just say
is
it, brother.
kind. Simple.
Yeah.
Love is kind.
Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not.
No. Take out the patient. Take out all that, because it wasn't that. It was a straight thing, and there was comma between comma at the beginning. Love is kind.
It's all of those things. Yeah.
Yeah, but kind is love. Love is
a part
kind.
of it. It's a percentage of it. In the same way that if I make you a delicious sauce, you can say, I believe in tomatoes, but I don't believe in sauce. Okay, that's fair. You can do that. And yes, you cannot have this sauce without tomatoes, but it takes multiple other ingredients to create this sauce. It is tomato based. It is kindness based. Absolutely. But you can be kind and have not love. You can be kind externally. You can be kind for your own. In fact, I know super kind people that are some of the biggest hustlers and grifters on the planet, specifically in the religious sphere. They'll smile and they'll tell you God loves you, and they'll tell you they love you, and they'll pat you on the back while their hand is in your pocket. They are kind AF. You will never know that they're evil or their intent is to rob you or control you. You will never know. In fact, that's happening right now to millions of people. Kindness is there. There is no lack of kindness. There's no evidence of a lack of kindness, but there is a blatant lack of love. Because love does what does it say? Love rejoices in the truth. And the truth is, this person is kind to you, but they don't love you, and they're trying to steal from you. And that is their motivation of being kind to you, right? Kindness can go away.
But that's not kindness.
Never fit. Love lasts forever.
That's manipulation. That's not kindness. There's a difference. That's an act. That's what narcissists do. So
I agree. Narcissists can be kind.
No.
By all practical. Okay, so what is your definition of kindness?
Love. For you. Well, you call love, I call kindness.
Okay, so you'd label it differently. The thing about that is simply that, the way I believe and like what I just described, it is definitely an ingredient of it. But you also have to have forgiveness. You also have to have long suffering. You have to also have faith. You have to also understand that you don't create love. Love is an energy, and I believe love is the energy. I believe that you can replace the term, and that energy is always giving. People don't want to get into that stuff, but I believe that you could almost break scientifically down the idea of love in that, just like energy doesn't dissipate. It dissipates in a certain place, but it never goes away. Once energy is created, it's always around and always flowing. Just like it clearly says in there, love never ends. So you're just tapping into something higher and better than yourself. Because you don't have the ability. Look, what I just described, brother, I do not have the ability to do in my own. I do not have the ability to love perfectly anyone in any way, shape, or form at any given time. I don't. I do not.
It's because you're human. You're imperfect. Everybody's imperfect.
Absolutely. And in the same way that I don't have the ability to be a perfect conductor of energy, my body would die. It's not capable. My body can't just grab this electric pole and this electric pole and just conduct energy, right?
But
Now
that's
that
not
energy
how it's supposed
there,
to be, though. The electricity isn't supposed to be pole to pole.
and we are not supposed to be able to love perfectly on our own.
Nope.
We're supposed to be able to take a little bit of that power that's flowing throughout the universe. We're supposed to be able to tap into it to find our divinity, our ability to forgive when it's not a human nature thing, and sometimes not even that smart to do. But it's the ability to see someone as a creation and child of God. You know what I mean? Versus seeing them as someone who's wronged you, who's hurt you.